Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Freeze Friday. It's my weekly spending review and layout share. I will quickly tell you that I ordered some lockdown coronavirus related supplies. I think $32 worth from Cherry on Top that were part of a Mother's Day gift from my wonderful hubby. So, and they're certainly something that, it was a collection by PhotoPlay. There's the paper kit, there's a set of ephemera, and some stamps. So I thought I could use those on pages about the current situation. Let me quickly do the layout review. This first one was the one I did for Scrap Squad Sunday. It was the original that I lifted was this with the pretty vellum arrows, and I loved these papers. There is a video for this. It's in the playlist, the Scrap Squad Sunday playlist. It should be the latest one in there. There are a variety of collections represented here. These alphas are pink fresh, and I love them, and I hate that I'm running out of them. And this Days actually came from a set of Vicky Bouton thickers from a few years back. This is one done for for Christina Day. I lifted Maura O'Reilly's lift of a Christina Swords page. This is Maura's page. I don't have Christina's on there. I used a Bo Bunny paper that this is the reverse of it. It's absolutely incredible. It's a set of pictures that my son took of my granddaughter Katie in her cap and gown after they did the drive-through pickup, and there's their drive-through graduation is going to be held tomorrow morning. So I used lots of Pink Fresh supplies on this. There's Pink Fresh paper here, and these are Pink Fresh wood alphas, and there's some other embellishments. I was going for the bluest blue I could find. This one is a loose grid based on, and I don't have it back here, it was based on the cover of the Beatles' second album, where there were photos of the Beatles in different shapes and sizes in a grid. We were supposed to scrap about something we were missing, and so I did the trips I am missing, and I just did some vacation photos. Looking forward to getting back to those places and others. This one I talked about briefly last week. I did it last week, or the week before last, and it was featured this past week on the 11th. I was the day 11 contributing designer for Load, and it was based on the song A Day in the Life, and I did this talking about the time I interviewed the Beatles, and Alice Bowl of Scrap Happy, who sponsors Load, interviewed me about interviewing the Beatles. So these are photos. This is the ticket, and I decoupaged it onto a box. This is a photo that was also decoupaged onto the box, taken by a photographer at the same event, but it wasn't. I didn't take that picture, and that was me at that time, not on that day. I don't have a picture. It's just kind of a wonky grid, all in black and white, so I could add colorful embellishments as I wished. This one is my very first layout for a recipe in the brand new group that's called Spoonful of Scraps. It's a recipe challenge group, and each week they post a new recipe. So this one, I think the recipe was for, let me see if I can figure that out. It was for a large cut file, some mixed media, and I forget, oh, a paper frame. So I did a little envelope with my journaling in it, so lots of fussy cut flowers. I did a vellum backing to the cut file, put a few sequins here and there, and I'll use that to talk about a garden project that we have. This was my garden a couple years ago, and it's kind of gotten into disrepair. We had kind of a non-gardening year last year and the year before, so hopefully we'll get back to it. And one of my Mother's Day gifts was for the whole family to get out there and help me bring it back to life. This one was done for it was a Scrap Squad an International Scrapbooking Day lift that Shannon Allor and I did for Challenge Accepted. And I used Paige Evans' Starry stencil to cover over the pink paisley background. Used some old paper pad alphas. You can kind of see how I pulled several pages off the pad for that one. And I just talked about how so many people are not able to see their kids and grandkids these days, and I feel blessed that we live in the same home. And so for Mother's Day, everyone was there except Ava, and she texted me that morning. So, and we'll see her back again today. This one was I used another International Scrapbooking Day layout from Scrap Squad, which the original is here, and the recipe number 2, which was for 5 triangles pointing in different directions, 1 black and white photo, at least 9 sequins or enamel dots, 1 stamp, and black alphabet stickers. So I think I have all that here. These are my triangles. I just made them part of the clusters that revolved around this goofy photo of Reese actually in the act of begging for barbecue at the Mother's Day dinner. This one was one, I'm not just totally crazy about the design. In fact, I will admit there's no design involved. But this was a photo that we took from this water taxi of the Hard Rock Hotel where we were staying on our trip of a lifetime at the time with then 4-year-old Barrett, whom we call B, which is why there's a bumblebee on every one of his layouts. He was a huge Beatle fan, and he loved Ticket to Ride. It was the background song to the skiing scene in the movie Help, which was his all-time favorite movie. Anytime he had any free time, he would say, you know, "Ma, can you please play me Help?" So I actually had a video of it in the and moved a video machine into the kitchen so that he could watch it with breakfast. In fact, all the kids loved that movie. So I just kind of did a picture of him, a picture of the Beatles accepting gold records for Help, which was hanging on the wall and right around the corner from our hotel room. These are, I cut these to look like tickets. This was our checkout ticket from the hotel. It says you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. And then this was the ticket to the Universal Studios in Orlando. And did some journaling and put it all on a background that kind of picked up some of the colors. I ran that photo through my waterlog photo filter. This one is one I did yesterday for that was a load one. I don't think it was done for any other challenges. I think that was it. This one was done for Mixed Media Frenzy, and I don't think it was done for any other layout. When I posted it, I excluded this journaling block. So the journaling block has been in some photos and in others it hasn't been. I used chalk inks. This is a pre-cut or a pre-done mixed media page from Vicki Boutin, and I used Vicki Boutin stamps on it to basically be my embellishments. And I did lots of the inks and circles. I did some inks through stencils, and then I did some stamping of the stars, the 3 different size stars from the latest Vicki Boutin stamp set. Some background paper from Heidi Swap. The chalk inks are from Heidi Swap. Both of those were from the Mind the Scrap kit. The Vicki Boutin large older stamps and newer stamps are from kits from Secret Not Secret. I used a stamp here as a title photo op. It's my granddaughter Allie with her cap and gown in a photo that her mom took, and I used waterlog to do this filtered edit of it. Okay, and this one I just finished a couple hours ago. It's based on a load prompt. If you can't tell, the load prompts are all about the Beatles. This one was based on Eleanor Rigby, so I used the line, all the lonely people, and I scratched out lonely and put all the scrappy people. And then I did photos of many of the groups that I belong to, the challenge groups and kit clubs and so forth, and you know, kind of talked in my journaling about until more face-to-face interaction is appropriate, we scrappy types at least have plenty of connection with our imaginary friends online. And this is another page out of that 6x8 pre-done mixed media by Vicki Boutin, and this is the acetate cover, which I fussy cut to kind of go in the corner there. And this was a practice sheet that I did to experiment with the chalk ink colors. I did the practice for this on a piece of throwaway paper, and I decided to print the title on there on my computer, strike through it, and then put Scrappy in tiny letters. So those are my layouts for the past week. I appreciate your stopping by to check these out, and I intend to make some more. It'll probably be at about the same pace. I'm still trying to catch up with the international scrapbooking challenges that are out there on For the Love of Pretty Paper and Scrap Squad, just as I go along. As I do a load layout, for example, I try to look and see if there's a challenge out there that I could combine with it. But I don't foresee a huge surge in productivity this next week. I'm probably going to take it easy and have some fun with it with all of my scrappy people. So thanks for watching. Appreciate your support. And if you'd like to see, lots of these are in videos. If you'd like to see how they came together, check out my playlists for the different challenges that I participate in, and let me know what you think. Bye.